Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today we are just going to be going through a tier list of all of the tainted characters, going from strong to questionable. We're just going to start off here by throwing on Eve right down into the broken category. Now, I have always hated Eve. She's never really been a character, at least the tainted one, that I like playing because she just seems really unfun and it feels like her kit just doesn't really work the way it's supposed to. She has these red little bloblets that do have synergy with her tiers. She does have some pretty good synergies, and I believe she can actually have some really, really high damage potential, but the thing is, her Curse of Babylon just doesn't seem to work as intended. So that's why we're putting her in the broken. Otherwise, she would probably be in the A or B tier. Now we have Isaac. I'm gonna go put Isaac in the A tier. This might catch a few of you by surprise, but Isaac has the ability to make a run, craft, and style it the way that he wants. Now, you can pick up items and then you can swap them out later. You will still get all the stats from the items that you pick up, except for when you swap them out, of course. But if you pick up a health up, for example, you can swap it out and you will still have the health up. Isaac has the ability to change or choose from two different item pedestals. Two different items from one item pedestal. And I would say that is A tier worthy. He has a very, very big chance of getting a strong run because, like I said, he does have the ability to choose from many, many different items. Then we have Maggie. I'm going to put Maggie in the S tier because of the way that her kit works. She has practically unlimited health. Maggie is super, super beefy, and with her ability that spawns hearts when you kill an enemy, she can tank forever. She does struggle with bosses, of course, but in any rooms and anything that has a lot of enemies in it, Maggie can just basically run into all the enemies and live. So I would say Maggie is S tier. She's very, very strong. However, her health does deplete slowly over time. She does get extra healing from items, however, so it kind of makes up for each other. But I would say Maggie is definitely S tier. Now, Kane, we are straight up going to put him in the OP tier. Now, we don't know too much about him yet. We're still figuring out the bag of crafting, but I have this idea that as soon as we know how Kane works, how to make the crafting, he is going to be insanely overpowered. Because you can make literally a run just with broken items. I played him a little bit, and we beat Delirium on the first run that we played him, so we had so many items, so much shit. It was really, really insane, actually. So Kane is going in the OP tier without a doubt. Then we have Dark Judas. This is probably going to catch some of you by surprise, but I'm going to put him in the A tier. I don't quite think he's S tier worthy. He's definitely strong, but he does struggle with health. He only has 2 hearts, and he can only pick up black hearts and such. That really makes him kind of weak to it. He does have the coolest item. If we're going item-wise, he's definitely going in the OP tier because this item is super amazing. Looks super cool. It's really fun to use. But yeah, I think Judas belongs in the A tier. Moving on to Blue Baby. Blue Baby is hard for me because Blue Baby is super hard to play already. He has a very, very confusing kit. He has so many different combinations, things he can do. I think I'm going to put him in the A tier as well. Just for now, because I feel like he can be super, super overpowered as well if you know how to play him well. He does have a lot of stuff going for him. A lot of buffs, a lot of support items. Like, just overall, his kit is very built upon making your own playstyle and, making a run work with whatever you have. Then we have Samson. I'm gonna put Samson straight in the C tier. I really don't think Samson is that strong. Okay, yeah, he goes on a rampage, but that's kind of It activates at random, or not well random, but it activates sometimes when you don't want it to, which is you can't control it basically. You can't control Samson when he's gonna pop off. He can go on rampages and go through things that no other characters can, just because of the way that he works. He has extended insane amounts of damage for a long time, and he has super high move speed when he is in the rampage mode. But I think he belongs in the C tier, just because he's just not that great. Then we have a Cecil. A Cecil, think I'm gonna put him in the B tier. I think I'm gonna put a Cecil in B tier. He's not that great. However, he does have the little brimstone burps that will make enemies take more damage. After being burped on, you can deal extra damage to them, which can be really, really strong. Now, he does, of course, start with brimstone, so that's why I'm putting him in B tier, because he is super strong. He starts with spectral, has long range, and has a lot of damage, and that's why I'm going to put him in the B tier. He doesn't really have any other gimmicks going for him. Yeah, I feel like alternate Cecil is just balanced. He's well balanced, good character, not too gimmicky, easy for people to understand. Then we have Tainted Lazarus. Now, Tainted Lazarus I'm also going to put in the B tier. Now hear me out. Tainted Lazarus can be very, very strong, because you can build two characters at once, but it's just, it's hard to control two characters at once. He is very balanced, I would say. Once you get a hang of how he works, it's easy to play him, because you just have to be careful, think an extra time about what you're doing. But other than that, I think Lazarus is pretty cool. He's a fun character, he's balanced, and I would say he's a good design. We have Eden, and I'm just gonna straight put him in the D tier. I would put him in the broken tier, but that only belongs for Eve, because it seems like she doesn't work as intended. I'm putting Eden in D tier because the design is so shit. The character is shit. It's hard to unlock stuff, because if you get hit once, you have to change your play entirely, which is just shit. Eden overall, this is the worst in my opinion of all of them. And this is coming from somebody who loves Eden really, really much. He's my favorite character normally, but the Tainted Eden is just super unfun in my opinion. Okay, it's cool, maybe 1 or 2 games, but once you start trying to unlock something, it's gonna be fucking hell. So then we have Lost. And I'm actually gonna put Lost in B tier, because this is just good old Lost. He is supposed to work the way that he is. This is the way he's supposed to be. The Lost is a hard character, and you get a challenge when you play him. That's the point of him. So he gets good stuff. He gets in the B tier, I would say, because he's well balanced. There's no gimmicks. It's just good old Lost. If you don't want to start with Holy Mantle, give yourself a challenge. Then we have Tainted Lilith. This one is hard as well. Her early game damage is insanely strong. She has very, very good potential to keep herself safe. So I think I'm gonna put her in the B tier as well. She's fun to play. She's a big meme in my community because of her little dog, the fetus whip. Very satisfying to play. A lot of people seem to really love her, and that's why I'm gonna put her in the B tier. Her kit is fun. It's always fun to whip at people. It's kind of like having a melee character, but with extra range, So I think Lilith is pretty fun, and she's well balanced, good gimmicks. Overall, just a good character. Then we have Keeper, of course, who's gonna go straight in the OP tier. This character is beyond broken, because he can keep himself alive, just like Maggie can. But if you play, for example, like Greed Mode, anything like that, you can get so many items on this character in a game. It's insane how much stuff you can get in a game with this guy. You can get double devil deals. You can get every shop item, every item room item. There's basically no limit to how many things you can get on this character, and he can keep himself alive for a long time. We actually have a video on my channel where we killed Hush in about 3 seconds with the Keeper. So, and then we have Apollyon. I'm gonna put Apollyon in C tier because he's just not that cool. He could have been something else, you know. I think he's fun. He's a fun character, don't get me wrong, and he has a really cool design. But I think they could have done better. It's just, you know, underwhelming coming from a character that starts with Void. He now starts with an item that just gives him flies, which is kind of bruh. Then we have The Forgotten. I'm gonna put him in S tier because he is super strong. A lot of people don't know how to play him correctly, but I feel like once the meta has kind of evolved and people learn how to play him, we're gonna like learn how to play him better, and people will learn how to use him efficiently. He deals good damage. He's easy to play. He has lots and lots and lots of self defense. You can, as long as you can dodge, you're practically immortal. Then we have Bethany, who's gonna go in OP. I don't even need to say why. This character starts with the most broken item in the game, Lemegeton, the book that gives you items as spirits. This is insanely broken. There's really not much else to say. She gets like 20 items on floor 3, which is fucking retarded. So, yeah. She's OP. And then we have Jacob and Esau. And I think I'm gonna put Jacob and Esau in B tier or A tier. I'll put him in high B tier right here because he's hard to play, but he is very rewarding to play. If you know how to play around Esau, he is insanely strong. He has the ability to clear out floors. As soon as you are done with like the floor, you can let Esau touch you and you can turn into a ghost, go get all the pickups, etc., etc. Esau deals huge damage, but of course, fighting bosses with this guy is hell. It is absolute hell because you have to fight practically 2 bosses at the same time. Now, we just went over this pretty quickly, but this is at least my opinion on the characters. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Remember, you can always step in on the live streams, and I'll love to see you there. Peace.